All right, so building upon the first video, we talked about the macronutrients. Again, water is a macronutrient, but because it doesn't provide energy, and for whatever reason beyond I was born, right, that goes back to the 40s, we typically call the macronutrients carbohydrate, proteins, and fat, those that provide energy. So what doesn't provide energy? Vitamins and minerals, right? So vitamins and minerals are called micronutrients. In terms of the amount that you need per day, and I know some of you aren't, really familiar with scientific amounts, but you might need a gram or more of calcium per day. But for like a vitamin like B12, the vitamin that's found mostly in animal tissues, you need micrograms per day. That's like a millionth of a gram, like a pen tip on your palm of your hand. So it just depends. What do you do with vitamins? What do you do with minerals? They're usually used, or they are used, to help run the body. If the body as a car is a great analogy, okay? We burn wood, let's say, a car that can burn wood, that would be carbohydrate. A car that can burn gasoline or diesel, those are organic molecules, those are liquids, those are like fats, that would be fat. A car that could, in theory, burn car parts. I know it's kind of a weird example, but that would be like using protein. And then the things that help run the car are all the nuts, the bolts, the spark plug, the battery. You don't burn those things. Cars can stay in the driveway missing spark plugs, but they're essential to run the car. That's vitamin and minerals. Vitamins are not the same as minerals. Vitamins are actually molecules made up of lots of things. Some vitamins are found in fatty foods like butter, and some vitamins are not found in fatty foods at all. Like vitamin C is only found in fruits and vegetables, and not just oranges. Bell peppers are a phenomenal source. So it kind of depends on what food you're talking about. Is it a fatty kind of food like fat or like butter or fish fat, or is it a watery kind of food like a vegetable? So that's vitamins. And then, by the way, lots of different vitamins. Do we discuss every vitamin in this class? No. We don't discuss B9. We don't discuss B12. I don't discuss B6. And Q, which is it's still one of these debatable vitamins. Ignore it. F, I'm not even sure where this is coming from. This is kind of a weird side, but I just wanted to give you an idea of all the different vitamins. So it just really depends on, if it's important for sports or not. We can't cover everything. We cover the B vitamins and the fat-soluble vitamins. That's pretty much it. Minerals, small like vitamins, some way more than vitamins. The weird thing about minerals is the minerals in your food are impervious to your ability to kill them. Right? You can burn a piece of steak, and any vitamins that might be in the steak, vitamins are organic molecules. They're like trees and like an insect and a human, right? You expose those kinds of things to heat, you'll burn them, you'll hurt them, you'll kill them, and you'll destroy them eventually. Look, you can burn a steak to oblivion. You're not destroying the iron. You can have old vitamins and minerals pills in your house that are expired 10 years ago. The calcium's still good. The vitamin B3 in your vitamin tablet from 1975 could be bad. The iron in that tablet's still good. It didn't go bad. And another thing where minerals are a little different than vitamins, you build your body with minerals. You don't really build your body with vitamins. Vitamin C isn't a structural protein. Calcium is. Potassium is. Sodium is. Well, but sodium and potassium are, not so much sodium. Calcium and potassium are, but not so much sodium. And the other thing about minerals is they're only found in watery things. Olive oil is a good source of lots of stuff, but not minerals. But fruits and vegetables don't have a lot of oils in them. They're almost fat-free, but they have a ton of minerals because minerals are found in watery things. And then, so here we go. You can break down minerals by how much. There's major minerals and minor minerals. We don't cover all usually people call these trace minerals. We cover iron, we cover zinc. I don't think I cover copper. We cover iodine. There's also selenium. These ones, calcium, sodium, magnesium, you eat gram amounts of these. The recommendation for potassium is multi-gram amount per day. Typically, we underconsume potassium, we overconsume sodium. And then when it comes to calcium, it's hit or miss. And then here's another, just a beautiful slide. I like how, look at magnesium. People don't really think about it. You can find magnesium in lots of foods, which also have calcium and zinc, and some of which have iron and potassium. So it's the reason why I love this little graphic, which I got off Google, is it just kind of shows you how minerals can co-locate, and vitamins the same way. They can co-locate in really rich foods. If you had to pick one food on Earth that you knew it had almost everything, I hate to say it, but it's probably the liver. Animal liver is a place where animals tend to store stuff. A lot of minerals can be found in the liver. Kale and liver. You could probably live off kale and liver. You may not want to. You may not want to live off those at all, but you could. And then the last one, of course, is water. Look, you underconsume carbohydrates before a bike race or a 10K. You don't do so well. You tuck around. Maybe you don't even complete the race. You underconsume water in life, you end up dead, right? It is essential. It is the only nutrient in your lifetime you will absolutely suffer a deficiency of. We call that thirst, right? You may never be deficient. If you're a billionaire, Bill Gates and the guy, Jeff Bezos, is that his name? They are never going to be deficient in vitamins and minerals. But even they get thirsty. Everyone develops water deficiency. It is essential. We use it for just about everything you can think of. The big thing for athletes, I think, is temperature regulation. You blow off excess heat with water. We call that sweat. You also maintain your warmth with water in the cold, kind of like a hot water heater. So you never want to be dehydrated, especially in the heat. You know that. But also in the cold environment, you get into trouble in either extreme when you're not hydrated. And I just think we tend to forget about the cold part because we live in California. I'm teaching this in California. But look, you can be a dehydration patient in cold environments as you can in hot environments. Okay. And then I think I'm going to end on that.